an atheist.
She's an
Actually,
atheist?
Yeah, she's a non-Muslim actually. She's Chinese.
Okay.
And then, I don't know, she told me and my friends
Okay.
that she's interested in learning Islam.
Okay.
Only to get and grasp anything good in Islam.
Okay.
And then I asked her, okay, so are you interested in Islam to be a Muslim? She said, no. I just want to grab anything good and practice it. That's it.
Yeah.
So what is the best way to da'wah to her? Because
I mean, da'wah is very customized, actually. There's no like one solution fits all. It has to be customized to that specific person. So usually though, the methodology you want to follow is starting with that person. You have to establish some basis. Okay, this lady, she's Chinese, for example, Malaysian. So by being Malaysian, you already have some background about Chinese Malaysian. Many of them, for example, are like free thinkers. If they are Buddhist, it's kind of cultural, not so religious. If they are Christian, though, maybe they are more religious and devout, but they have already some concept of what they consider to be monotheism. So you have to gauge according to their background, their age, their education, their social status, and so on. But the first element you want to establish with anyone you're giving da'wah with is, do they believe in God or not? So if they are atheists and they say, I don't recognize any God, you have to start there. Because there's no need to go to Muhammad is the messenger of Allah and the Quran is from Allah, and they don't believe in Allah. They don't believe in any God or any creator. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is known in two ways. Number one, He's known by His revelation. But this is somebody who doesn't accept Him, so they're not going to accept His revelation. So number two, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is known by all the signs around us. He has two books. The book He revealed, and the book is this universe. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is known from all of His creation. We know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is knowledgeable, is powerful. We know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is wise. We know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has set up this perfect system. All of these show us some qualities of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is where you need to go into that kind of a debate. Depending on how scientific this person is or what their background is, that can be a lengthy one to convince them. But you try to keep it simple. You don't go for the complicated things. You use the arguments that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used in the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says we will show them the signs in our universe and in their own selves. We can just look at our own body, how everything works so perfectly, how everything is here in existence. All this came haphazardly, just like that. We will find like a book bag here and books and this computer, then we will say, nobody put them there. No. They just came like that. We'll say, you're stupid, come on. Doesn't make sense. Even Arabs, when they give da'wah, they will mention the old Bedouin saying, which means if there are footprints that are camel's footprints and there is dung from the camel's backside, this is evidence there was a camel here. You cannot say there was no camel. So all of this creation means there's a creator. Bottom line. Nobody can reject that. If you want to go into the probability about Big Bang and all these kind of things, you can go into those arguments, but better to avoid, keep it simple. If she can be convinced and accepted because it already matches with the fitrah, but the fitrah has been messed up by society and the family and all this kind of garbage around, that is skewing people's fitrah so that they are forgetting that there's only one God, Allah created you, and everyone has a natural desire to go back to Allah. So if you can convince her of this, then you say necessarily Allah has certain characteristics and qualities. We can see it from His creation. He's wise, He's just, He's merciful. So we know He didn't create all this for nothing, for no reason. And then He created us and put us here and said, good luck, figure it out. No way. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent us guidance. And that guidance came in what form? In prophets and messengers. How do we know they're prophets and messengers? By the miracles that they did. The Prophet ﷺ's greatest miracles is the Quran. How is it miraculous? Many different ways. We can go into all of that and so on. So it's a step-by-step process actually. And it can take time. Not necessarily going to be like overnight. But it can also be done very fast. There is a Sheikh Kamal al-Makki. He has a class that he gives. It's called How to Give Shahada in 10 minutes. And he's used it on hundreds of people and it works. He gets people to become Muslim in minutes. You can find it on YouTube, How to Give Shahada in 10 minutes. You can find it as even like a long one, 7 or 8 hours. I mean, he's given it as full day course or something like that. So he will talk about da'wah and techniques and so on. This is of course to get the person to become a Muslim, but after that comes a big process of follow-up and how to keep them as a Muslim and teach them, and they have to become a good practicing Muslim and so on. But to get them to accept the basic tenets of Islam, become a Muslim, easy. If you have the right way to present the arguments and you have the right information and arguments, then almost anybody can be convinced, if they are ready and willing, of course, to accept the truth when they see it. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us, but you can always take the person to somebody more experienced or knowledgeable if you can. So when it comes to Chinese, there are some good Chinese da'is even here in Malaysia that she can go and meet, and they are from the same experience and background. So they can show, because there is a reluctance from other races actually, specifically here in Malaysia, because they feel that they are almost not allowed, or that they will be sort of shunned by their family or their people. They get scared. So I know some Chinese people that are quite young, and they were ready to become Muslim. They said, I believe, I accept, but I won't become Muslim because my mother said no. I said, so what does it mean? They said, because they told me we are Chinese, and if you become Muslim, you are changing your race. This is the understanding, you know. So he said, I will still be Chinese. I still speak Chinese. I eat Chinese food. I look Chinese. How come I will not be Chinese anymore? How come? You know, it doesn't mean magically my culture, my race changed. That is me, who I am. But they don't understand it that way. For them, the religion is linked to the race. So the Hindu is Indian, and the Buddhist is Chinese, and the Muslim is Malay. So they feel that you cannot change, you cannot switch your religion actually. So they have to be kind of convinced of that, or see other Chinese who have converted to Islam and understand that Islam is for all. Islam is not limited to any nationality or race or anything. Inshallah. I think we took too much time. Sorry about that, guys. Jazakumullah khairan, subhanaka wa bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.